You can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning.
What a way to start. Of course, Damien with his clacking. Click, 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 click,
Sorry.
click,
You would
clacking.
think he already had all this shit ready. That's what
Mhm.
drives me nuts. Damien, you tell Damien, hey, I'm gonna be a little later today, and you would think he would have everything set up ready to go and just go press go
The
live, and he always waits until the last moment.
no. Well, with the live stream in particular, I have to do it all because I think if I like click out of here, it'll unsave everything I just did. No.
Then leave it up.
Yeah,
Okay,
Damien.
ready? I'm
Leave it
going
up.
live.
I hope so.
Don't worry, guys. I'm live. I am now live. Don't worry.
Well, this is the usual Tuesday podcast with the host Korpsx, followed by my wonderful co-hosts and amazing gentlemen, the wonderful, the powerful, save one, and 0%, who's drinking electrolytes.
Hi.
Yo, real fast. Let's get started on this real fast. Can we listen? I'm really sad that breaking is no longer going to be in the Olympics after the first year that it was there, right?
Bro.
But as dancers, I think Putch can agree and attest to this. As dancers, you cannot put a style like breaking in the Olympics. There's no judging it. Like there's like judging in a street battle or all styles battle and like the Red Bull events and shit like that is different. But crowning somebody an Olympic gold medalist for breaking is like it shouldn't have been in the Olympics in the first place. I think.
You don't think? Yo, what about that Australian chick though? Like she was killing it, bro.
Yo.
Like
Okay, but you know the background. You know the background, right?
I know, I have no idea, but I just like the meme. It's so funny. I was texting.
So she
Dave, I
was.
like, yo, this is the best.
Bro, she's like she studies the art style of breaking. She's a professor.
Right. She's a professor.
And she does like it wasn't a serious thing, and they should not have done that.
My biggest problem with her was the statement of she made a statement along the lines of like, oh, I knew I wasn't going to do good.
Oh, she did. I didn't even see that.
Why enter the sport, bro? Why take the golden ticket? That's crazy.
Yeah, that's my thing, and this is something that resonated with me. Is I remember I was at the 818 and it was a pop-in session, and I remember thinking like, okay, if I can just get in there and get my rocks off, I'll be fine. And Biggie screams out, bro, as he's dancing, if you're not going to be great at this shit, don't do it at all.
Oh.
And I remember thinking like, yeah. Like I want to be good, and I'm trying to be good. Like I how dare I go out there and just be like, oh, let me wing it. Like, you know, like it's such a disservice to every single fucking person who's there. You know, like that's kind of like the thoughts I had in that moment. Like it's a disservice to every fucking person who drove here to this session if I dare go out there and dance and not give my 110%, you know, because that fucking, you know, 37 seconds I'm about to dance, that's somebody else's 37 seconds.
Yeah, but even if she was to say that was giving it her all, there was no fundamentals, there was no foundation.
She had the kangaroo hop, okay? Y'all don't know what you're talking about, okay? You don't know. She had the Squidward
T-Rex arms.
She had the rolling on the floor. Bro, she knew what she was doing.
Okay.
She studied
This is my problem. This is my problem. Because I'm going to sound really fucked up right now. And Australia, I love you. Australia, you know I love you.
Hey, they got some of the baddest bitches in Australia. I'm
all the Oceanics, y'all know I love you.
So don't fuck it up for us.
Hood, Nadia, all y'all, shut down, all y'all. I love y'all. But this is what I want to know. Was that your champion, Australia?
No.
Was that the committee? Who?
Yeah,
what committee got together and said,
with the stamp?
Reagan, you go out there and show them what you got.
Yeah, you're the one. You're gonna take us to the promised land. Her, that one. Not because she's a girl, because to me, the fact that Logan didn't win is mind-boggling. I think Logan Logistics from Florida, young lady, I think she's one of the best breakers I've ever witnessed in my life, and I've gotten to witness her in person, and her work ethic and shit, and the way that she approaches her rounds is so fucking flawless. So my real question is one, I guess I have two questions. Is one, Australia, is that the best that you had? Two, how, if not, how was she led to represent your country on an Olympic stage?
Yeah, it was like to me it was like it was more so of like she was trying to make a statement, and I don't know how I felt about that because that's not where you do that.
What was the statement though? Like, I'm an educator and therefore I know how to do this. What
Yeah,
was
because
it?
I study the dance. Because I study the dance, I can do it.
That's crazy. Coaches don't play, and that's the reason.
What? Whoa.
Not all coaches. I'm just saying there are coaches that don't play.
That is literally theory versus practice. That's where especially when I was younger and I could theorize all these things, and I could be so uber specific on what the definition of something was. And I think we kind of went through this last week when we were unpacking fact versus opinion and truth.
Man.
Like there's specifics that I would try to hold on to, in life, and it just, when you put it in practice, it just doesn't pan out. It just doesn't pan out, fam. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yes, I know that's how it is on paper, but when you hit the session or you're actually there and you're being judged by your peers in front of all these people, like, the practice of it is much different. And this was a perfect example of theory versus the practice. And I don't want to say gentrification or hijack.
But you said it.
Or I said the words, or cultural appropriation. I don't want to say these words, right? But
well, you can't say cultural appropriation when it comes to breaking, because if you really think about it, breaking is a form of hip hop that was created by black people, and the best majority of the best breakers in the world are Asian.
I will say though that there is still an appropriation of the hip hop culture in the educational spaces, right, where they think that they can extract certain theories of the dance and teach it, which just isn't fucking true. That is like how educators back in the day tried to say, "Oh, all American Indians wear eagle feathers," which just simply isn't true. It just isn't true, right? Though, as a consensus, we all revere it now. That became a part of the culture. That was something that a tradition was born that, that predates me. You get what I'm saying? So with this dance predates every single person who's sitting here, right? When Kool Herc,
not by much, but
when Kool Herc and all of them was in New York, and they broke the microphone switch and they made the disc, like, they made the fucking turntable, predates all of us. Right. So to me, the Olympic Committee said, we're going to go to Australia. However they did it, they didn't go and find the best of the best who were in your back alley corner sessions, who everybody knows is the best. They said, who can we put in a fucking uniform, put up on this fucking stage right now, who knows the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Who here? And
who could hit a top rock? Who could hit a fucking bottom rock? Who can?
That is cultural appropriation on a different.
That woman couldn't even hit a windmill if she tried. Not even a fucking dime drop. She couldn't. Like it.
Hold on, can I get this off my chest? Because I wanted to find a space to say this, and I didn't know how to quite say it. I think it's the most vicious and most ruthless of all cultural appropriations, is what we saw there with the Olympic Games. And it sucks because I think breaking, and I will completely disagree with you on this, but I love you, is I don't know why breaking hasn't been in the fucking Olympics. These guys can do what majority of these gymnasts do, right? Like when you're talking about okay, I could do a flip, you could do a flip. You know all these other ones because you took the time to add them and stack them and stack them and add them and variation after variation. But I took my flipping ability and went down on the ground, and I know how to use my hands and my elbows and my abs and my feet to kick me around in all these fucking circles, right?
Okay.
Like,
Yep.
so the capabilities, right? Like they're more than capable, right? This isn't something that you could just teach someone in a day and they replicate it. Ray gun. And I think it's the worst form
Name
of
drop. Name drop.
fucking
It's real fast.
motherfucker. I think it's the worst form of cultural appropriation, and I don't think that she maliciously went out there and did this. But what it does is it's a slap in the face to everybody who took the time and really tries and really does the thing,
To
right?
her
And
competitor, to the woman standing across from her, it was so unfair that she had to go up against somebody like that. Somebody that didn't push her, somebody that didn't make her like go out to be her best. You know what I mean? Like it, you've battled so many times. You know when you're battling somebody like against somebody of a great caliber, it drives you. You
but
know what I mean?
this is what gets me is you hear cultural appropriation because somebody wants, and I'm gonna say it like this is they want mine. This is mine, and you can't have it. You're not allowed.
Dude, he beat the
You
shit out
can't.
of him. Like,
You can't do this because it's mine and it belongs to my people. Where this level of cultural appropriation is saying this is ours. We did this thing. We built this, the black, the white, the red, and every fucking shade in between. We did this is something collective as a world, like a hive mind, fam. Like I can't relate to somebody getting mad over someone wearing a daishiki because my people don't do that. There's no American Indian tribe that wears daishikis, my guy. But I promise you, there's somebody in your culture who break dances, and I promise you, there's somebody from my group who break dances too. And that shit brings us together. That's what connects me and you. And so if someone's going to try to pervert that, I think that's fucked up all the way because this is what's linking. You get what I'm saying? Like this
yeah,
links
and
two groups that
honestly,
have nothing alike.
it took away from because that became a meme, because it became so viral, because it was talked about all over the news. Like it took away from everybody else that competed. It took away from all the other like the people that actually won medals. You know what I mean? And but just for the sake of argument, the reason that I say that I was happy that dance was finally in the Olympics somehow, some way, right? Besides the fucking little twirly sticks and the ball shit. You know what I mean? Like, although dance is it's not dance to me. Like it is dance, right? It's an art form, blah blah blah. But my sole reason for saying that breaking should not have been in the Olympics is because how do you judge it? Now, and as people that have competed in large groups of people, right, in Hip Hop International and other fucking dance competitions, we know that when we set up routines, we know what we're going to be judged off of. We know that we're going to be judged on how clean the fucking routine is, musicality, that you
There's a
got to have
criteria.
some type of stunt in it. You know what I mean? Facials are a big thing nowadays when it comes to those types of things. So we know what we're going to be based off of. But a freestyle battle in the Olympics or a breaking battle in the Olympics, how can you judge somebody when the styles are so different? You see what I'm saying? Like you're gonna base it off how many windmills somebody does, how many 90s somebody does. Like how do you judge that? It's biased, I think.
You know, I
And
think they would have to pull, and this is another again, like who voted to let these people in? You know, like who let them in? Who judged that? And then, I mean, you would suspect that they would judge it like any other normal tournament, breaking tournament. I don't know what their criteria is. I know
yeah,
what the
but
criteria.
breakers judge dancers judge dance competitions. You see what I'm saying? Not officials, not Olympic referees and shit like that. So my thing is, although it's an honor being at such a high stage like that, I think that sometimes those types of like those types of things have to be for the culture. Like that is the culture, being in the street and competing and doing that type of shit. I think some things that's where they're meant to be.
But I think
Personally.
like you could do this in a way that's like in alignment with the culture. It seems like, but the Olympics is such a high prestige, and throughout all of the other competitions, it seems like there's such a definitive format of like we get these people because they went to these schools or they compete at this level and they ranked up. But in breakdancing, it's so much different because, like you guys said, it's like you got people in the back alleys who are the best of the best versus people in schools either learning this shit or maybe they're in just like a dance, studio competition thing that aren't nearly as good as these people in the back alleys. And it probably wouldn't have happened because of what the Olympics stands for and the fact that they are such a high prestige, but you could have had people judging it who are from those, elements of breakdancing and have like a more
understanding
of how everything would function or work together. But the Olympics is just the wrong place to do it.
I mean, until you figure out an actual way to make it as form fitting to the culture, then leave it out. You know what I mean?
I think
they tried to replica the Red Bull stage and shit like that.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
They tried to replicate the Red Bull stage. They tried to replicate the way that it was and a hype man in the background. You know what I mean? Like they tried to replicate it, but I don't think that there was enough effort to make it what it should have been if it's going to be in the Olympics.
Like if they got pillars of the breakdancing community, I think that would be pretty cool. Obviously, flown them out.
And so it was a bunch of like young. It was a bunch of young heads,
bro. B-Boy Junior, right? And these are just some people who I look up to as breakers, right? Like, there's B-Boy Junior. There's Logan.
Wait, Junior
right?
was there?
No, I'm just saying, like,
I was about
you
to
get
say.
these. This is where this is disappointing, right? It looked you're spot on, Save, because when I saw the stage, I was like, dude, they did it like Red Bull, right? And I don't know why in the last 4 years no one looked at how Red Bull did it, right? I mean, they took the stage idea, but you have a panel of dancers. Get the 5 best that you find on fucking YouTube. Easily,
pick like twins if you want to fucking
get
Logan.
Twins. There's 2. You can get B-Boy Junior, and then get some industry head, bro. Put them all right there. Boom. There's a better 5 than whoever fucking judged this bullshit. And it's just it's lazy. It was a lazy product, and that's what sucks. It was a lazy product. They just threw some people out there.
You know you know why they did it, right? So I was reading a news article. It was either this morning or last night, and they were talking about how the reason that they're taking it out. So they're taking boxing out too, and we'll get to that one in a second.
Damn, that sucks. Boxing was cool.
They took breaking out, or they added breaking originally because they were trying to bring a younger audience to watch the Olympics, and it didn't do the numbers they expected. And that's what the article was saying. But truly, I think it's because they got clowned on so fucking hard and went viral so fast. The same thing with boxing, right? When that whole the shit that I messaged you guys about, like trying to get you guys' thoughts on it, about the female boxer who didn't pass the fucking gender analysis or whatever the fuck they did, but was born a woman, is competing as a woman, you know what I mean? But just had higher levels of testosterone, and they tried to like banish her and fucking shit like that. Like that went so crazy that they're taking boxing out of the Olympics.
Is that why? Definitively?
There's a good,
no, but I would assume so.
I find it good measure. I find it good measure because from what I had heard, I was listening to on a podcast with unverified sources, but it was something like the young lady is a woman, but went through a male puberty. So there is some kind of chromosomal, like I think that's the right word, is like chromosomal issue or like abnormality. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but no fault of her own is the issue, right?
Which is fine. Which is and again, like, you're right, not her fault. Whatever, their fault. I don't know how they identify. I'm sorry.
Woman. They identify as woman.
Okay, I'm sorry. Her. So she, I'm glad, is the catalyst, because I think that now, especially that we have more of these conversations of like, where do we put our transgender brothers and sisters at in these combat sports? I think this is now a huge one, because scientifically there is something. No, I don't want to say scientifically. Biologically,
Biologically, which is also scientifically.
but let's just say biologically, there is something amiss with this young lady, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't say wrong. That's
Yeah, because that's not right. Because that's not right.
Yeah.
There's something amiss with her, right? No fault of her own. And then you have people who also fall in that same category, where they have their own thoughts and feelings about who they are and how they feel, which again, I can't really blame them for any of that. So the cause of concern is where do we place everyone who falls into this? Because if
no. I think the concern at hand is she won the gold. In reality, she won that gold fair and square.
But it's not fair if you're testing someone and they have X levels of testosterone pumping through their body.
But it was of no fault of her own. It's an abnormality.
Fine. Okay,
but so you're gonna
people.
So she identifies as a woman. She identifies as a woman, has competed as a woman, was born a woman, has never taken any testosterone, has never tried to transition, never did anything to her hormones or anything like that. So she's a full-blown, exactly what we've argued about and said that she's a woman, right? She's never done it. And she's competing at the highest level in a woman's sport and won the gold medal. But they're saying you have too high levels of testosterone.
Yes.
Let her compete.
No.
That's not
fair.
No, you can't let them compete.
I think it's fair.
Boxers at the national level and UFC fighters and those of combat sports, they answer to USADA, and USADA will test you. They don't care if you drink from a water bottle that just so happened to have something on there that put something in your blood, and when you pissed, it was in there. You get fined, you get penalized. That's it.
No. Because when all those shit has happened with these boxers that say that they ate bad carne asada or some shit like that, it gets waived. They don't get the fine for it as long as they can prove that they ate something or did something that highered their levels in those types of things. This is an abnormality. Yes. Does she have some type of an advantage? I'm gonna say she does. But guess what? When you compete in some type of sport like that, or you're in a competition, you use your advantage. You use that.
Because what
if you're taller, if your fists are bigger, if your legs are longer, like then that's gonna say that we can no longer have women's wrestling. That's gonna say that we can have no more any of the wrestling styles. Like, so if a woman tests high, sorry, D, I didn't mean to cut you off. I've been waiting to talk about this one though. If a woman has a higher level of testosterone in basketball, then she can't play. Like, that's just stating that the actual women that we've been fighting for, being against all the, excuse my language, not being against, but discussing all the transgender shit and how we're gonna go about that. Now we're taking away from the actual women that we're so and so trying to protect.
No, because I am trying to protect the women who are producing a natural amount of testosterone.
But to some degree, combat sports is a little bit different because now people are getting hurt, right? But if you take it to a different sport, let's say one of the fastest women alive just so happens to have a weird genetic deformality where her legs are producing whatever muscle strands that
the blood pumping into her legs is faster
to like contract and extend her muscles in a way that's like comparable to men, making her the fastest or one of the fastest women alive. Does that mean that she can't compete in these track races?
There is going to be a certain argument that you're going to have with that one, right? Where it's leg muscles, this and that, right? Is that trained or was it just there? Right.
No, it's an abnormality.
The girl's testosterone coursing through her body, it's just there. There's no training needed for that.
But in terms of speed, there's only so fast that you as an individual can go. There's a limitation to what your legs can do. And the average for men is going to be a little bit higher than for women on average, just in general. But on the extreme ends, I mean, those obviously get way, way closer to where you're like half of a second in difference when it comes to like the fastest people. Somewhere around there. I'm like throwing out numbers, but in the extremes, those will matter a lot more, especially when you're counting down, because like people won races on like 1/100th of a second, and so when you're getting that like detailed, every
and that's based off of like
advantage
their
counts, yeah.
chest size or their head size, or you know what I mean. Like, I feel like that.
If
I
you
feel
give
like,
two girls, right? Let's just say two girls, and young lady has, let's say there's 100% capacity of testosterone that their body could potentially create. One girl's operating at 99%, the other one's operating at 22, right? I'm gonna let them go at it, right? I'm gonna let those two go at it. Fuck it, right? But once one crosses over 101%, 102%, no. It's not. I'm not going to say, well, it's just 1%. No.
But
It's
she's also like one in however many percentage that this
it's
happens
not,
to.
and it's nothing even. Okay, and I'm sorry, but we have to go back to the drawing board. We have to go back to the drawing board now, because what I have no problem with this young lady competing. I have no problem with you saying, okay, I'm in the Olympic Games and I'm about to bash someone's face in. By all means, play up. But if your naturally occurring body is going to create a safety concern for someone in this sport, this specific sport, because I understand the comparison to running and I understand the comparison to basketball, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about someone punching someone else in the face with an elevated level of testosterone. If you first saw that in a urine sample, if you first saw elevated levels of testosterone, you would assume that they are taking steroids, point blank, or TRT or HGH, some immediately there. Now in boxing, like the WBC and this and that, or UFC, either guys get cut from the card or they get penalized. Penalized or fight purse, which
sure,
I
there's
think
an
is
investigation also.
usually like, but that's usually what happens, right? Like there's some kind of mild suspension, this and that. I think dudes should be kicked out for like a year. Like you break the fucking rules, that's what it is. Now this young lady, she's not breaking any rules. This is a naturally occurring, phenomenon in her body. So like it does suck that boxing is getting pulled, but I think it's time. I think it's time.
We're also running on a little bit of speculation. There was Miss Crystal Waters chimed in, our fact checker of the day. She's the best. She said, "I don't think
She is the best. You should wash the
Fact check
dishes
us
for
in real
her.
time. We need
I
her
did just
comments
wash
to
the
pop up
dishes
here.
Good, as you should wash the dishes.
She said, I don't think she has confirmed the specific disorder, but having abnormal levels of testosterone is so common in women, like those who have PCOS.
Yeah, okay. I'm not going to disagree
I don't
with
even
that.
know what that is.
But this higher level of testosterone, this high of a level of testosterone is abnormal. Yes, I'm sure women fluctuate through their levels of testosterone.
Also, though, but have we
this
like thyroid
definitively
conditions and shit,
out? Yes, but we definitively found out that she does have like an astronomical amount.
From what I've read, and listened to, is she is,
you can look at her and see that she has high levels.
But all of these women who are going to be in combat sports are going to be like more just
but she's like
than most women.
She's like borderline hermaphrodite, bro. She's
all right, bro.
She is she is very manly. She is very manly and does have a lot of
I've seen her,
mannerisms. Yeah, and
mannerisms. I see what you
like
did
that
there.
one.
I like
No. But seriously, I feel really bad for this young lady because what you're saying, Korpsx, is that if you compete at a level, right, at a high level, and you're competing at the highest level, and somebody tells you, you know what, you're the best in the sport, you're the best at what you do, but because of this, we cannot let you go and compete for our country. We can't, because they're gonna say that you have an unfair advantage. I know you're a woman. I know you're competing as a woman, but you know what? You're just not as close as a woman as we would want you to be. That's bullshit. It's bullshit, bro. I think that's absolute bullshit. I'm surprised that you're on the other side of the fence of this one. I genuinely am. I thought this was something that the three of us were going to agree on.
No, I'm actually
would
surprised.
not put my daughter. I would not put my daughter in the ring across from that young
Yo,
lady.
but also apparently the girl.
If
who
you
had,
want to win a gold medal, you are going to compete against somebody at the highest
Nope.
level, and this girl is competing at the highest level.
Nope. We're fighting in a boxing ring, not a circus. I'm good.
Official X Killer. Is that somebody from your guys'
But
chat?
it's literally the same thing, Corpse. If you're competing in any sport against this woman, she could probably run faster than most of these girls. She could probably shoot a ball further than half these girls. She could probably shot.
Wait, any of these boxers?
No. I'm talking about the other women.
But that's the thing is you're trying to equate boxing with shot put or basketball. It's not the
All I'm saying is you're gonna tell me in these other sports because the reason that you're having this argument is because of the physicality of the sport, right?
Yes, we are talking about
one. So should we take?
So
should the same rules should apply in boxing as they do in wrestling?
In wrestling, yes.
So they
should be
because
testing
it's physicality, right?
It's a martial art.
So karate, same thing. Taekwondo, same thing. Jiu-jitsu, same thing. What about shot put? That's not physicality?
That's not a martial art.
But boxing isn't a martial art.
But
boxing is a martial art.
Oh, actually, you're right. It is. I apologize. I'm in the heat of the moment for a second. But no, shot put is based off physicality as well. So is discus and javelin.
But you're taking one acting against the void, which I don't give a fuck about, right? Because let's take basketball. Because this is where it's the clearest example. You could be faster than me, you can be quicker than me, you can jump higher than me, all that. That is still not going to help you with your eye-hand coordination. That's training, that's repetition, that's muscle memory, right? Testosterone is not going to give you an advantage in any of those things. Crystal Waters, fact check that, please.
Wait, but also testosterone, I think, is the equivalent of like you could be faster than me, you could be taller than me, you could be stronger than me, but Official Killer also begged the question of is it physical or skill based boxing? And I would argue on that same merit of it being more skill based. If you can,
no,
I think that's
no, bro.
Because look at Andy Ruiz.
Because if you could
look
be
at
more
Andy Ruiz's
but if
fat
you could
ass,
be more
bro. What
technical, I'm not saying that. But are you saying he's unbeatable because he's big?
No, I'm saying that he's won because he has more strength.
Sure, that's
he
fine.
Sucks
but
I don't think he's a good boxer.
But you could be a better boxer and outbox somebody who physically is bigger than you.
Or because of the sport. Look at Floyd Mayweather, right? Would you say Floyd Mayweather is the strongest? No, but he plays. He has no knockout way power. It needs to be sport.
Yeah. See,
he's knocked out a couple people.
Let's just say though. So basketball, when you have a certain skill set that will still lead you to be successful against this person. In boxing, in combat sports, in anything mixed, in any kind of martial art, when you have a skill and you have the strength to do it, you're going to be the most successful, right? So now I'm not trying to take away from this young lady's skill set. I believe she's a skilled boxer. I don't for a second, but when we're saying my issue point blank period is when you can generate more force per square inch solely based because you have a leg up on the game because you're kicking testosterone at a different level. No.
Yeah, but what about what Crystal Waters said? What if one girl has a higher level of testosterone than the other girl, but it's not at an abnormal level? That's still also an unfair advantage.
I said, 99 to 22 kill each other.
That's an insane discrepancy still.
You're talking about 70% difference.
No, wait. That's where you guys, this is where your argument comes in. Because the 22, I'm going to let him show if he has a skill set that can outpower somebody, her, him, them, it can outpower somebody at the 99th percentile.
But what about somebody who's outputting testosterone at 98% and then somebody who's at 101? You're not gonna let them duke it out?
No.
That's insane. That doesn't make any sense.
Enter a different category. That's where you guys.
What is the category?
There's no
What
other
is the category?
category.
She's a
Freestyle.
woman. She was born a woman.
Open style. Remember how the UFC used to do it? They used to let anybody from any weight class, and they just fought. You could be 200 pounds versus a 135er. Fucking duke it out. And they said it was barbaric. They said it was evil. It
That was by
wicked.
choice. It's by choice.
By choice, baby. You want to be in the Olympics? Let's do it. let's
Yo, Punch got the
Exactly.
hottest take of
You
the
want to be
century
you
right
want to be
now.
in the
Oh,
Olympics?
shit.
You got to fight against this bitch that has. Sorry, she's not a bitch, but you got to fight against this bitch that's at fucking this high level of testosterone, who is a
has
woman, was born as a woman, and has fought women her whole fucking life. Like, yeah, you want to be in the
Yeah.
Olympics? This is the bitch you got to beat.
Step your game up.
You want to fucking win a race? Beat Usain Bolt.
Listen.
Like, oh yeah, that's how simple it is. Just beat
Let's
Usain Bolt,
go back
the
to what
fastest
Olympics
fucking
are.
man in the world.
The
That's
Olympic Games are
that's the craziest.
representation for gods and our dedication to them. The gods did not.
And God's
demand-
what had the upper hand
The
always.
gods did not
Fudge.
demand. The gods did not demand humans to fight other humans, but they wanted them to rise to the occasion. They fought other demigods and monsters of the beasts of the
People
field.
that had the upper hand. Pudge, you're not making any sense.
No.
You wanna,
This
hey,
is gonna,
you want to rise to the occasion, you human? You fight this fucking slithery ass motherfucker that can tear
and
you.
you
into
that
six
have the
different
leg
parts.
up, you have the leg up on everybody else. You rise to the occasion now. Fight somebody who has a medical condition just like you. Fight somebody who.
Oh
Okay,
my
Mrs.
God. That is
101.
the opposite of what you just said.
No, it's
That's
not.
what-
Keep going. This girl is operating at a higher level. She's operating at a higher level. That's just what it is.
Wait, but in what in
I'm
one
sorry.
classification? Because that would just mean that her skill base is just higher at a different level.
No. When
Yes.
you
Oh my.
Fudge, it can't
Even
be
if
just
you
physicality on how you were born determines your or your level.
let me ask you.
of
Let me ask you.
ability.
Let me ask you. Because
What you just said just
guys are-
null
you guys
and
are-
voided everything based
No,
off what the
listen.
Olympics were originally were for text. Like, you're fighting demigods, bro. People that have the upper hand on you.
take your girl and put her against somebody who has a similar condition. That's like I don't see where you guys have this huge hang up. It's because it's not her fault. I don't give a fuck if it's her fault or not.
Yeah, but
You wouldn't put your girlfriend in a fight with her. You wouldn't put your mom in a fight with a girl like that. You guys wouldn't do it. I'm not
Because they
putting
don't know
my
how
My
to
daughter-
mom's
not-
not trying to compete
I'm not
for a
putting my
gold
daughter-
medal.
I'm
because
not
they don't
putting
know
my
how to
daughter-
fight, not because they don't have the proper testosterone. If my girlfriend trained all of her life to box, I'd be like, get the fuck in there and fuck
would
her
not.
up.
You would not. You would not. Stop it. You guys are capping for the
Would
camera.
I be scared for her? Yeah, bro.
I'm not-
I wouldn't
I'm-
want to get
I'm
hurt
not-
by her.
I'm not. This was my argument to begin with. Remember, that girl deserved the gold medal that she got.
She
100%.
fair and square.
She beat everybody who was there with
Fair
her. Yeah,
and
for
square.
sure. But
And
in the
she should be
next
allowed to
Olympics-
compete again.
In the next
Yeah,
Olympics,
and-
no, they need to have a different category for someone like her, or do not let her
but
compete.
she's like one, not that she's one of a kind, but like the odds of somebody having that condition who's going to get into the Olympics, who's like, there's so many different pillars that like, not that
This
she's
conversation is blowing my mind.
ridiculously rare, but she's kind of ridiculously rare. Like to also be the standout in the Olympics, that's already the elite of the elite athletes. Like, bro, we're talking about such a small percentage of people that it's ridiculous. Like, there's just isn't, not that there isn't anybody like her, but the conditions.
No, there's
she has to-
millions. There's millions.
Yes, but
of
like
people
that
just
are
like-
boxing.
I would
that are
not say
in the
millions.
condition.
I would not
There's
say
Not
millions.
millions. No.
You're gonna tell me there's millions of female boxers
we
that
just
are
got
like her.
fact checked that there's millions of people just like her.
Yes,
right?
no, but have that disorder where they're pumping out more testosterone, but they don't have the years of boxing. They might not even be in boxing. They just so happen to have more testosterone. That doesn't make them better boxers.
Look, I'm tagging you in,
or
Demo.
combat sportsmen or women's.
Women's engines? What the fuck?
You
Okay,
guys
okay.
are- You guys are trying to equate skill set and her testosterone
No,
level.
I'm
as
not
if
trying
they're
to
the
equate
same.
anything. I'm saying that she won fair and square.
Abso-fucking-lutely, right? She didn't.
And she
didn't
should,
have-
if the boxing was in the Olympics again, she should be able to compete exactly the way she just did.
No, she only won fair because there's not rules set in stone for it yet. That's where she
Because
won
it doesn't
fair.
make it wouldn't it would
Because then
categorize to a
The
whole different
rule
level.
is set against her, then Putch.
No, there's millions of girls just like her across the
But
world.
not in the Olympics fighting.
What the fuck is
Does it
that? Like,
matter? Like the thing, like
She'd be
that's-
like the only one.
We're
in that
talking to one.
competition.
Hold on. I just want to put this in position for a second. We're talking to one of the most inclusive people on this podcast. One of the most inclusive people on this
Is that
podcast.
about Pudge?
Yes, that
I know,
this
but-
is so far left field from you, Pudge.
I
That
don't-
it's so surprising from me that you're disagreeing with this whole thing right now. It
I
is
don't think
so
Pu-
surprising.
I don't think Pudge is trying to be exclusionary.
He is.
He-
He's
no,
excluding this
no,
woman
no,
from
no.
competing again because of the fact that she's abnormal.
Absolutely. If that's what that is, then yep.
He just answered it. He just answered it per definition.
Like exclusionary in terms of like a hateful sense or like a or
no,
like
no,
a,
no. I'm not saying hateful.
I
I'm
know.
not saying
I'm
hateful
just
at all.
it's just I don't think he's blindly always accepting when it comes to inclusionary, right? Obviously, there's like metrics, but
this is my okay. We're gonna get off this topic though because it's warming me up and it's already fucking hot in here. But no, I respect your opinion on this, Korpsx. I do see where you're coming from. I cannot agree with it in this situation, in this specific
Have
situation.
daughters.
I don't
yo,
see how
people are
that
getting
can deal with-
specific. Killa's getting not specific. Well, Killa's getting specific in the comments. He asked me if weight class. Ask yourself why weight class matters. I don't know. Are we trying to get off this? Because I won't get into all the. Because I got a couple comments.
Let's hear the comments. Let's hear the comments, and then we can decide if we want to move on from there.
I don't know which one I read. Did I read the any other
Weight
sport,
classes.
biological? Well, there's a couple that I skipped. Any other sport biological advantages wouldn't matter. If it's much higher, wouldn't it be equivalent to taking testosterone?
Yeah.
Like it. Okay. Just want to
Yeah, but one is illegal, the other is not. One is illegal in sports, the other is not.
taking
That's the difference.
testosterone is illegal. And if your
Yes.
body is pumping out testosterone induced levels like that, you should not be allowed to fight.
No,
It's just
because
like
you
having an
no
oversized
no.
Oh, shit.
Because if that is absolutely fucking wild that you said that. Because if you are taking testosterone, you are purposely trying to have the upper hand. You are purposely doing that. If your body pumps that testosterone out, you cannot do anything about it. So what should she do? Go take higher. She should go take higher levels of estrogen.
Hold on. You know Jim Thorpe, right, was stripped of Olympic medals because he wore two different shoes because he lost his shoes. You know they stripped him of those because they said it gave him an unfair advantage. Did you know that?
But it's something that he is purposely doing, Putch.
Shoes.
This is what you're misunderstanding, is that she
Okay.
does not,
Do
she is
you
not
think
purposely
shoes-
doing this.
Do you think shoes give you more advantage in a race?
There's got to be more about, somebody fact check that man for me, please, because that sounds crazy.
My
Fact check
dad
that,
was
man.
on the committee to get his medals back.
Somebody fact check this.
Do
man,
you
please.
think
Jim Thorpe losing his
Jim
Olympic
Thorpe-
medals?
He was revered
Please,
as the greatest
do so.
athlete of all time.
Yo.
No, I would
Do
say
you
Michael
want-
Phelps was,
Do
who
you
also lost his medals.
do you think that shoes?
Or I'm sorry, Neil Armstrong. Neil Armstrong. Wait, let me ask you a question. Why did Neil Armstrong?
Hold
lose
on.
his-
Do you think? Because I just want to know this. Do you think shoes give you more advantage in a race, or your testosterone levels?
Say that one more. Ask me the question one more time.
Probably
Do you
shoes.
think the shoes you wear would give you more of an advantage, or your testosterone levels in a race?
I would say
some
shoes.
some shoes actually give you that are banned,
That's what you guys think. Okay.
but I don't know.
And weight classes are important because you can't put a 205er in there with a 105er.
Yeah, weight classes are extremely important.
no
You don't want
amount
somebody to get
of
the shit beat
skill
out of them.
No amount of skill is going to help you once that person gets their hands on you.
So
There's just no
maybe
help.
maybe I'm confused. I don't know if this ever came up. Crystal Waters asked, so why does testosterone matter over weight? I don't know if that was ever posed or if that question was ever posed.
It's the output of your strength. It's the
Because if
output
I'm
of
at
your strength.
205, if I'm 155 right now, and another man is at 155, right? So there's no weight positioning, anything I can do to gain an upper hand on him that way. What it would make me rely on is my one brute strength and my skill set, right? A compilation of moves that'll allow me to have the upper hand against them, right? Now, if we're out skilling each other, right, that's one thing, right? If we're going skill for skill, mano y mano, Now all I got to do is clip you. If I could take your punches and you're taking mine, all I know is I got to load up on you one good time and catch you square in the face, and you're gonna go night night, bro. That's how you measure that out.
I feel like the way that I'm thinking testosterone works though is that you're able to output, but you can't like extend your output. You only have a certain amount of push to your
No.
machinery that you've built and trained.
Yeah, but having testosterone. Let me just put it to you like this.
Like you can build
say they're
muscle
fighting.
faster.
Exactly. So say they're fighting at 135, right?
Sure.
The person with more testosterone is probably going to have way more muscle mass and strength than the person that has less testosterone at 135.
And that's
so the person with more muscle, the person with more muscle mass is what? Have I ever what?
Have you ever taken testosterone before?
Fuck no. All my shit is natural, baby. Look, my dick is already.
That's
small
what I'm
enough.
trying to tell you
again.
guys. That's what I'm trying to get you guys to fucking understand. I have done gym sessions after testosterone treatments, bro. Like, no, 100 times fucking no.
We're getting away from the point, Pudge. The point is somebody that takes testosterone is doing so knowingly and purposefully. This young lady has no say in how much testosterone she has.
Okay, and to your point, this is what I thought, and this is how I came to this conclusion. Because people can hate me for it, I don't give a fuck. When I said, "Oh, she's actually a girl," oh, she just has a fucking hormonal issue. Oh shit, she just pumps out testosterone crazy. And I thought back to myself, like, I remember working out under that shit, and it was insane. That's how she's walking around on a daily basis? That's fucking crazy. They can't let somebody like that fucking compete, dude. With other people who have normal, regulated, hormonal balances of their life. Like, it's just
regulated by who? Regulated by what?
Their bodies, whether it's a little lower or maybe a little higher. That's one thing. An elevated testosterone level is one thing. But when you're saying that there's mad tests and these guys are like, yo, her, like, there's even reportings of like she went through certain like puberty different like differences, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like none of that. What her testosterone was so elevated that she has not lived a normal life. This isn't just like, oh, I wake up and I can bench more than other girls. It's like she's led a different life because of it. Crystal Waters, please fact check it.
Yeah, but she's playing the sport that fits that lifestyle. Just like big Samoan women do the fucking lifts. Just like big ass fucking colored women do the fucking shot puts. Like, she's in the sport that she can excel at because, and that just helps give her an advantage. She's not purposely doing anything to get the advantage. That's the difference. The people that you've mentioned have purposefully done those things to try and gain an advantage. She is not. This is a sport that she's done since a child. It's not her fault. You think when she first started boxing, she knew, hey, I'm about to have way more testosterone than these other bitches, so let me fucking go in here and beat the fuck out of him. I'm going to be an Olympic gold medalist because I got more testosterone. No.
Listen, if the Greeks were still in charge of all this shit, half these motherfuckers wouldn't be competing because they have fucking normalities to their bodies.
If the Greeks were still doing this shit, they'd be fighting to the death. Like,
yeah, so let's dial it back, right? And so for her, introduce a Grand Prix division. Introduce something.
If the Olympics were still taking this shit, they'd be like, yo, this is the first bitch we taking right here because she's the biggest, baddest in this weight class, and she's about to whoop everybody's ass.
She would have got thrown off the fucking cliff. The moment you found out that there was something wrong with her, she would have got thrown off the fucking cliff. Just saying, you know, so cool. You're here, you're experiencing life, it's great. I'm all for it. But now that we know the truth of some of the abnormalities of your life, that's okay. I'm here to say it's okay, right? But let's introduce a Grand Prix style. Let's introduce something new. Let her, matter of fact, you guys think she's so fucking badass? How about this? Introduce a Grand Prix style of
Nobody said anything about her being badass.
No, you guys think she's so fucking
I don't know her personally.
Included. How about this? How about let's make her so fucking included that next Olympics, introduce Grand Prix where she can fight anybody they want as long as they're the same weight class. Fight anybody, boy, girl, it, them, zer, fucking demigod, whatever you want. Fight them, beat the fuck out of them, and be the first ever Olympic Grand Prix boxing champion. How about that?
That'd be cool as fuck.
You guys want to be
cool
inclusive?
as shit.
That's where I'm at with it.
I'm
Fuck
not
off.
being, but nobody's being inclusive because she's a woman, Putch. So you
I don't give
can't
a
say.
fuck. I don't give a fuck. Put her somewhere where people just like her or who say,
Women.
hey, you know what? You have this testosterone level, but I'm down to fuck with you, my guy. Let him compete in 2 events. Track runners do it all the fucking time, right? Let him compete in 2 events since you're so fucking badass. Or dedicate yourself to this one Olympic game, like all the other boxers who do it, all the other people who do it. They dedicate themselves to this one fucking event. Prove it then. Prove it you're the fucking baddest. Prove that gold wasn't a fucking fluke, dude. Beat up the guys. Beat up the dudes who have testosterone levels like you.
Why would she beat up the dudes if she's a fucking woman competing in women's boxing?
Grand Prix. That's what a Grand Prix would be. Put the
Honestly,
dude,
bro, I love you, but you sound fucking crazy right now. She
Let
is
her
a woman born as a biological woman,
All right,
competing in a
make a
woman's fucking sport, and you
make
want her
a
to fight
woman's Grand
men
Prix.
to try and make a name for herself to prove that she deserves it? That's fucking wild, bro. That is
Make a
probably
woman's
one of the
Grand
most
Prix.
wildest things that I've ever heard you say, bro.
Make an all women's Grand Prix. Make an
that is-
all women's Grand Prix.
Isn't that what that is though? Isn't that? Did we already do that?
What, a Grand Prix?
Well, maybe not a Grand Prix, but we did. What is it called? Those fork styles where like you beat one and then you go to another. What the fuck are
No,
they
but
called?
he's saying he's saying if the bitch is fighting at 135, make her fight a bitch that's at 185.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah, come up with the all women's Grand Prix or mix it up. Do the men and
Let's get off this one. Let's get off this one because
men who have super low
We're going
levels
a little
of
off the rails.
testosterone.
Yo,
all right. So let me ask you guys a question since we're on the topic of the Olympics. And men won USA gold, which
in what?
Basketball.
Oh, okay, that was sick. That was a sick game.
An amazing game. It was an amazing game. I thought it was a great game. So let me ask you guys this: what do you think is a higher honor, winning the NBA Finals or winning the gold in the US or in the Olympics?
NBA Finals.
Why do you say that?
Olympics,
Next.
probably.
Next question.
Wait, how often do the finals come up?
Every year.
Every year, bro. We got 4 years. You got one shot to do this every 4 years, and then like you might be out of your prime by the next time.
Okay, wait. Time out real quick. Let me revert real quick. Since Putch says that the NBA Finals is a higher honor, right?
Crystal Water, please still give us facts.
I have an argument that I can agree with you on that the NBA Finals is a higher honor. But let me ask you this: if you win the NBA Finals, are you a world champion?
Yes.
How? It's the National League.
Doesn't matter.
Well,
How are you a world champion if it's
you
the
are a
National
champion
League?
of the world? There is no other basketball league that even fucking comes close to a comparison. 2, right? The NBA is actually international because of the Toronto Raptors. 3,
Who's been adopted as a national team, but okay.
3, right? But it's international. They're across the fucking border. I need a passport to go there. Actually,
You know
I
what's
can't go there.
crazy is the NBA stands for National Basketball Association, so it's definitely national. Just like the NFL stands for the National Football League, but we
Because
still play
I
in
will
other
tell you
countries.
this,
Yo,
because I'll tell you this, and this is why.
Go ahead.
Wait, what deal? Sorry.
What are you gonna say, D?
I was just gonna say today's sponsored by Calm. Today we're gonna take a 5-second break just to breathe in.
I'm calm.
Breathe
No,
out.
we're
No,
talking
I'm just kidding.
about-
I'm just fucking with you
We're
guys.
talking about sports.
No, I'm
We're
just fucking with you
talking
guys.
about
I'm just
a
fucking with you guys.
The NBA, I don't give a fuck, dude, and I see it all over Twitter all the time. I don't give a fuck what no one says. The NBA is the greatest level of basketball that anybody could ever aspire to play in. Name me one fucking team from those Saudi Arabia leagues.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Name me one team.
The NBA is basketball at its highest level. I am agreeing with you on that statement.
Now, these fucking bozos who line the fucking bench for Argentina and France and Norway, like these fucks who, you know, they got 2 or 3 good NBA players, right? All those guys all come collectively together to form one singular NBA team, right? The roster of actual elite basketball players across the globe may just maybe line
May.
2 rosters worth of the 32 teams in the league. Get the fuck out of here, bro. There's free agents right now who
That's
will
kind of
never
wild. That's there's a lot more international players than I think you give credit
name
for.
5. Name 5.
I can. What's the fuck is his last name? Giannis. I'm
Giannis?
gonna just call him Giannis.
Mhm.
Dokic.
Jokic.
Luka.
Mhm.
West Amberani. Is that his name? Victor
No
West
clue.
Amberani.
Bro, you could
Wembanyama?
put
First. What?
Wembanyama.
Wembanyama. That's his fucking name.
You don't even know how to say these people's names, bro.
I
Oh,
don't
to be
watch
fair,
basketball
they're
like
from-
that.
they're-
I don't watch. I don't watch NBA like that. I just watch the
Oh my
finals.
god! But you know Kobe Bryant's name.
Everybody
But you know
knows
Michael
Kobe
Jordan.
Bryant's name.
I know Michael
He's
Jordan's
lit-
name. I know LeBron James' name. What
Okay.
does that have to do with anything? That's the most
American.
advertised players.
American basketball, baby.
We do have the best team.
Hold on,
the
I think
NBA
you're getting away with the argument here.
The
Wait, but
NBA
aren't they like 5-time in a row Olympic champions? I feel like I've heard this somewhere.
the
This is
USA?
like our-
USA has
year
the
in a row.
most golds in NBA or in Olympic basketball. I think is the
Yeah.
record. I think. But they were getting worked. I'll tell you that much.
No,
But
it wasn't easy. It wasn't a cakewalk.
Don't roll your eyes, Putch. They were down by 16 points against.
Where are they
what?
playing?
It wasn't France. Who was it? It was
No. Where are they playing?
in France
Okay. Where is going to be the next Summer Olympics?
LA.
in LA.
Watch them blow these guys out by 40.
I mean, bro.
Okay, when they lose, somebody clip this, and when they lose, we
Clip
go
it.
making this shit go viral.
I will put money on it right now. Not a single team will crack 70 fucking points. Not a single
All right,
team that the USA
all right.
plays. They, at best, I'll give you.
are talking crazy tonight.
Bro,
I'll give
but
you-
also
I'll give you
who's
76 points. Best score against the USA on USA soil in LA. It's not fucking happening. Bro,
that's
you're
crazy.
talking about a 16-hour difference almost minimum for all these fucking players, bro. 16-hour difference. 16, bro.
But isn't that what we had
The
like going to
USA
Paris? Wait, what's the time difference between here and Paris?
That's what I'm saying. Them coming here, we're already the best. We know that, right? Our biggest deficit was what? 13 points, 15 points,
16. It was 16.
16 points, bro. And you're talking about Olympic Games, bro. And we're 13, 16 hours behind you guys. Wait till you come on our fucking floor.
Yeah,
And we're
but
still
this is
watching
like-
you
This is weeks into the Olympics already, dog. The time difference isn't hurting them at all. They're adjusted.
That's
They're
hurting.
adjusted after
I'm
like
sure.
2 days.
Actually,
No,
me and
that-
Crystal Waters was talking about this too. I'm sure. Well, I think that they're there beforehand.
And they
But
get
she was
there.
also she was also saying that they could like adjust here. They could like adjust their sleep schedules and like kind of do a weird.
Oh, you guys act like that's easy though.
Bro,
You act
but
like-
their whole fucking life is this sport.
no, dude, no.
Time today.
I'm not saying like they don't have jobs or
Do you
whatever.
know how
I want to
hard it
get
is?
back to my question, please. My question was: you think that the NBA Finals is a higher honor than a USA?
Yes.
And okay, so my question to you is, and I'm so sorry, D, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just wanted to get back to the original question before this
Okay.
shit goes on another fucking tangent. My question to you is, why do you believe that? You have 7 games to prove that you're better than another team instead of 1.
Because it's an accumulation of a season. You're watching the best players go at it for a whole season. Then the one and done tournament sucks. That
Why?
fucking sucks. It's
Why
the
does it
worst.
suck?
It's the worst way to play. I hate
you're
that.
taking you're taking the best of the best from each
Mhm.
country. The best of the best. In a
Mhm.
knockout.
Mhm.
Bro, I can hear myself in the background, D.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Give it 2 seconds.
But you're taking the best of the best from each country to show that you are the best country in this sport.
Okay.
And if you make it to the Olympic team, is that not a high honor? Is that not a higher honor than getting traded to the fucking Boston Celtics?
No. No.
Okay, why? Why though? Why? That's what I'm asking you.
The Olympic Games, first off, when you're the best, like, and this is kind of even like too really like when you're the best of the best, you have to seek elevated competition, right? It's so funny, like when you continuously see like, oh well, they just need to practice better, they just need to do this better, and you'll be better. Like, yeah, that's great and all, but who does the USA have to play against now? Like, who do we prove our worth to now?
The same
Oh.
players that are playing in the league that you're playing against
Oh,
all
hold on,
season.
hold. But we're talking about Olympics. Let's stay Olympics, and then I'll get to the league. So it's like, okay, well,
No,
where
it correlates because the people that play in the NBA.
I'm trying to get to why I think the finals is more. Well, just being in the league is way more of an honor than the fucking Olympics. When you're talking about echelon Rushmore of basketball, the greatest honor that you could have is having that fucking championship ring placed on your finger, maybe only topped by having it also accompanied by an MVP of the finals, right? That's saying after 82 games, right, I not beat one, but I beat 2, 3, and 4 of the best teams that the league had to offer, not only skill-wise, but they said, I can beat you in 7 games. I can beat you in 7 games. I can beat you in 7 games, and I can beat you in 7 games. And I beat you guys. And I did it. I outlasted you. I outwitted you. Not only my starting 5, but my rotating 10. My rotating 10 players. That means from the number 1 player on the team to the fucking worst player on my bench all got in the game at some point. We all played and we survived. That's why the NBA Finals, to me, is the greatest. That's just... It's a league full of superstars. Superstars from other countries come to our league, our national league, and play here. It's like saying the men's Olympics. It's like the men's Olympics versus the FIFA World Cup. Everyone knows the FIFA World Cup is where it's at. That's the real win.
There's a difference between the FIFA World Cup because you can buy players to play for your team.
That's where
the
it's at.
Olympics is your country versus other countries to show why
Not
your
always,
country.
No, not always, for real.
Not always. Joel
Actually,
Embiid played for the U.S. national team.
There was something that happened that Crystal Waters actually told me about.
Joel
Also, Crystal
Embiid is a
Waters-
United States citizen.
No, I think he's from France or he's Canadian.
Wait, is that what?
Somebody tell me that he
maybe
does
that's-
not have dual citizenship.
But
Wait,
where
but
was he
dual
born?
but dual citizenship is not the same as being like just from
dual
the U.S.
Dual citizenship allows you to play in whichever
Yes,
country
that
you choose
is
to
what
play
it
from in the-
allows it to
Yeah,
do. But that doesn't mean that you're from the U.S.
Yeah,
That's
but
not what that means. You're
he's
just
not
playing on behalf.
So if the motherfucker was born in France and came to the U.S. when he was 3 years old and got dual citizenship, he's not American.
He should be playing for France.
I don't know what the guy that you were talking about was. It might be the same person, but there was a whole issue about that of that dude from France who was going to play on the French team and then coming to the U.S. and be like, oh, never mind, I'm going to be in the U.S. And then he won.
It was
He got booed for
Joel
it.
Embiid.
Oh, is that who it was? Okay. I just didn't know his name.
Bro, they booed him in Paris.
All I'm saying is,
women die and those guys
if
from
you
France,
win,
bro, they had a chance.
if you win the Olympic gold medal, you are a world champion. If you
You're
win
an
a
Olympic
national, you're a world champion. You competed against the world. If you compete in a national championship, you are a national champion. You competed in a national championship.
Works
You're
in
not a
theory,
world
doesn't
champion.
work in practice, though, my guy.
It's just facts. You didn't win the world. You won the nation. You won it in a national championship.
People are agreeing with Putch, actually.
I
Killa
think
and Crystal Waters.
more because more of the world's talent.
No, wait. I'm not disagreeing. I have not disagreed with you that the NBA finals are not a higher, what did I say earlier?
Prestige,
like more prestigious. I agree. I think if you compete for 82 games, that it is more prestigious to win the NBA finals because you are playing in a knockout. You're not playing in a knockout one and you're done game. I agree with that. You, like you said, you beat 4 teams, 7 games. You have 7 chances each game. I agree. It is much harder to win an NBA finals, but I do not believe that if you win the finals that you are a world champion. You are a national champion.
This is where I contradict that. they are world champions, right? Let's just say the 2001 Lakers. No, 2000 Lakers, because I remember that. I remember that one very vividly. They are world champions. You want to know why? You take that team, you assemble any basketball team in the world, 7 games, Lakers in 5.
But they didn't touch. That's the thing. That's the difference.
But it's a call to
Theory is
challenge.
not tested. The theory is not tested. That's the difference.
Challenge the theory.
I can't. How can I challenge a theory? We don't
Well,
do
no,
an AI
basketball-
simulation.
Basketball will find.
We'll get there.
Basketball will make a way, and that's the thing. This whole thing with the Olympics, people think some of these opinions I may have or may not have is exclusionary or whatever. I don't give a fuck. My thing is competition will make a way, right? You find somebody who's acutely different, just so different, we will find a way to let them compete because we want to see greatness. We want to see people elevate. We want to see people rise to the occasion. We love that shit. That's why we have the Olympic Games. So what I think is going to end up happening is that the NBA will then now have sister leagues or something along the line, which I hope they end up doing with boxing I've always hoped they did with boxing in the Olympics. But then you'll have like a champions circle. So then you'll have the world champion NBA, then you'll have the world champion, FBA, then you have the world champion KBA, and then they'll come together and they'll have their own tournament, and then you'll have
I don't
the
think that'll
worldwide.
happen. The only reason I don't think that would happen, because that would be sick as fuck if they did that, right? Like they took the national champions of each country and did that, but you're competing country for country, so they're gonna take those countries are gonna take their people back from the national league like they're allowed to, in order to compete in that.
This is how good the NBA is. This is how good. And let's just say, one, we have people betraying their own national country to come play with us. First off, second off,
I mean, they're also highly incentivized. Highly.
No, France pays their gold medal winners, I think, like 3 times what we pay.
No. I'm talking about to play for. I thought you were saying to play for the league.
Okay, but the league, right? Our league is so stacked with fucking talent. I think only one of the champions, the actual Boston Celtic champions, I think only one or maybe 2 actually got put on the Olympic team.
Yeah, Jason Tatum, and he didn't even fucking play, bro.
That means they looked at their national champions, and said, you know what? There's 13 other players that I think are better than you fucks. So we're gonna go pick them up.
No. Drew Holiday won MVP, but Jason Tatum should have won MVP, and I was actually very surprised that he didn't play. Yeah, but when if you look at our national team, if you look at the team that competed in the Olympics, that was like taking the Avengers against anything.
All right.
The Avengers
they're all right.
Yeah, they're all right.
Bro, this is one of the most stacked teams we've ever had in the history of the Olympics. LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Joel Embiid, Jason Tatum, fucking
Can
Steph
Crystal
Curry.
Waters fact check if Joel Embiid was going to play with France?
I thought she was doing that already.
Can you please do that?
'Cause
Samuel asked, do Americans take losses harder and that's why we have a better drive? I think overall we have a better culture like that, yeah.
I disagree. I think there's
You-
other
you
countries
disagree?
that take way harder losses. Hell
Why
yeah,
don't they
bro.
ever fucking win then? I'm just kidding. But
Why does the
They win
USA
at everything else.
why does USA men's soccer never win the World Cup?
Because they suck. They just suck.
soccer's
Like
not
that's
our
just what
sport,
it
bro.
is.
It's
We
supposed
just
to
know
have
how
a
to pick our
harder
battles.
drive. It's supposed to
We
have
just
a
know.
harder drive.
Yeah, but do we care about soccer? Like, let's be honest, chat.
We just don't nurture it.
I do. I like watching the World Cup. I really enjoy the World Cup. Like, I go full out. I have a Mexico jersey and a USA jersey.
Ooh. Taking basketball out of the Olympics. That's a hot take.
That is
You
odd.
can't.
That's a hot fucking take.
Wait, why would you even take that out? I
Can't
don't
take
understand
back
why
the
the shit that was taken out, honestly. Other than the controversy that surrounded it.
Breaking? We just broke it down to you. How do you...
Well, breaking is a little bit different, but the controversy around it, you can still improve on it. It's not necessarily something you have to take out completely.
Take it out until you can improve on it. You know, I think they said that you have to have
You have 4 years.
No,
You have to have a sport in the Olympics 3 times. I think it's three or 4 times for it to become an official Olympic sport.
and there's only X amount of
Somebody fact check.
games. There's only so many games in the Olympics period. I think it's like what 8 games. You're only allowed 8 games, and so it's like,
What do you mean 8 games? Wait, what do you mean?
how many in per Olympics? Per Olympics, there's how many games? Like
There's a shit ton.
There's a lot of games.
There's
like
basketball, there's
like
badminton, there's ping pong, there's javelin, there's pole vaulting, there's high jumping, there's long jumping, there's men's
Give
No,
me,
there's
give me
there's
the-
men's
give me a
there's
specific
men's
number.
long distance, there's relay, there's basketball, there's
You got shooting, you got archery,
there's
you got
water polo, there's
Wait,
swimming,
what did I say,
there's
16?
diving. No, you said there's 8.
You said 8.
I think there might
But
be
no,
some
the-
like 28. How many?
There
how
might
many-
be like 30 something, bro. Okay?
Yeah, there's
It's fucking
hella.
Is it
ridiculous.
really?
There's
Okay,
hella
Shit ton,
shit.
bro. Just in
Yeah.
track and field alone, there's more than 10.
Oh, including 32. Oh, let me pull the one up. 32, right? God damn, there's a lot of other stuff that you could probably fucking take out, but
But you can't because
30
they've been
pounds.
around long enough to be Olympic Games.
Yo, the other meme was
You
that,
didn't, we didn't, we're not
Turkish
even thinking
dude.
about like fucking synchronized swimming.
I was just looking at
Oh,
artistic
diving,
swimming.
bro! That one dude
Diving.
from China.
They had a basketball
broke a
3
record.
versus 3. Okay, so
That
how
was
do I
whack.
look up official games, Olympic games?
Look up how many. Here, I'll look it up for you. Hold on.
how many
What, how many
official Olympic
official
sports
games?
are there?
How many summer Olympic sports are there? Events.
Well, 32. There was 32.
40. A total of 40 are in the Olympics, including 32 in the upcoming. Oh,
But bro, you can't tell me wushu's always been in the fucking Olympics or Nordic
What?
combined equestrian. What the fuck is that? Oh, equestrian.
yeah.
Like,
Question. Yeah, that's just the Nordic shit too, bro. Like equestrian has been in the Olympics for a long time.
3 versus 3 basketball.
Yeah,
That's been in there a long
shit.
time.
Hold on. Let me just say the most controversial shit right now, okay? Because I watch a lot of, and they call it 3x3.
Yeah, 3x3. No.
3-on-3 basketball is the gayest shit that I've ever
I thought you were
watched
about
in
to
the
stand
fucking
by
Olympics.
it, bro. I'm not gonna
No,
lie.
fuck no. That is the gayest shit I've ever watched in the Olympics.
It was pretty bad.
Take that shit out, bro. It's fucking horrible.
It was pretty bad. You know the TikToks or the memes where like people take out all audio and just put like the little middle schoolers and they're just like their little shoes squeaking and like a dance.
Yeah.
Like, "Teet, teet, teet." I feel like that's exactly what that sport is. You're just like,
That was
"What
the gayest shit
the
I ever
fuck am
watched.
I
I watched
watching,
all of
bro?
it, but it was the gayest shit I
I
ever
didn't watch
watched.
that shit.
So of
Track
the,
was fun. Track was
So
fun.
let's say these were rotating. Let's just say because I was super off with the number. You have your rotating ones, right? And you have your set stoned ones, right? Whatever. Taking them out, like, because I don't want to get the boxing thing is fucking whatever. If there's a known issue, you can't continue with known issue until known issue is addressed, right? And it's with somebody like this young lady, super unfortunate, right? Breaking. There's people who work their whole life to get breaking on that fucking stage. And then you have dumbass Ray Gun step up there and it's like, whoa, bro, this is the representative that we have for this fucking game. And it's like, yeah, take it out. Like, yeah, take it out. Like, just scrap the whole fucking idea. Not to say that it can't come back. Not to say that I don't want people like Ray Gun to participate in trying to be in the Olympics.
Do you though?
That-
Do you want to?
Yo, feels like you
That
got
can't be our champion though. That just can't. I don't
It's
care
not
what
our champion.
master's degree. I don't care what fucking PhD you got. I don't give a fuck what you've contributed in whatever fucking textbook. I don't care. No. Because I know there has to be at least 5 breakers who would smoke you in Australia. Like there's got to be at least fucking 5.
5 breakers in fucking San Diego that will fucking smoke them. You know what I mean?
But just
Like,
for her country, and that's the thing about that girl, right? This is my hang up with old girl with the boxing is that's who their country elected. That's and so the people are like, oh, strip her of her medals. Like, no, you can't do that, dog. Like, I will protect her in that sense. It's like her country elected her as the champion. Like she was the person to represent.
she didn't win a medal, by the way. She didn't win a medal. She was far away from it.
So like I'm just saying, like she take gold, she do all this, like okay, like protect that. Like we gotta protect, but that can't be that like
For future, you're saying for future
for the
upcoming.
future. This just can't. No, we can't do this. Like that's just
Bro,
not.
we
what
also
we
have
do.
4 years to improve it. Improve
But
it.
until
don't like
we
say
have-
like, all right, that's it, bro. Like raps
Well,
for that for now.
They're adding games. They're adding squash and they're adding flag football, which I think is gay as fuck too.
Flag football.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And
I was actually
guess who the fucking representative is for the advertisement of flag football?
Elon Musk.
Jalen Hurts, Eagles
I don't know who that
quarterback,
is.
and I'm pissed about it.
You like Eagles? Why?
I don't like the quarterback.
Oh,
The
I
Eagles are gonna
can't
be
get
fucking
behind him yet.
trash this year. Hey, what they hate is
Dumb?
squash.
Are
What
you
is-
fucking dumb, Korpsx, tonight? Like, what the fuck are you
Yo.
talking about, bro? This man said the Eagles are going to be trash this year.
I have some news on Embiid. Is that his name?
Embiid.
Embiid. My bad.
He's Canadian.
Apparently, he got his citizenship in 2022 in France. So people were assuming that he was going to represent France, and he never committed, and then got his citizenship in the U.S. in 2023, and that's when he flipped. People thought that was shady, I guess.
Wait. So he had France citizenship.
Where
in
was he born?
2022? Yeah, well, that's
I think he was born in Africa, bro. I want to
Jamie.
know.
Can you check that for us,
Yeah.
Jamie?
Hold on, no. I want to say he was born in, for some reason,
This
Canada.
motherfucker's a
Wait, how-
chameleon.
How the fuck did he get a French?
He has like tri-citizenship.
Because there's
How did-
French territories. Because there's French territories still in Canada that they like whole ass speak French. They whole
That
speak
is
Oh yeah,
true.
but if he was born
But-
in Canada, then that would make sense. But if he was born in Africa, didn't you just say Africa?
I was about to
Cameroon?
say- Oh, he is from
Oh,
Cameroon.
Africa.
Yeah.
He's from
So how did
Cameroon.
he get his French citizenship and his US
They have
citizenship? What is it? What are his parents? What are his parents?
They have French
Jesus.
providences in Cameroon too. Dudes in
Can
Cameroon.
you look up?
French.
Jamie? Can you look up what his
Watch
parents are?
Cameroon national language.
probably French?
I think it's French. I think it's French. Hold on.
Watch it be like fucking Zulu or some shit.
French and English.
French and English.
Yeah, so he was born in Cameroon. Because old boy Dirty's from right there. He's from Cameroon, but he speaks French. Shout out, Dirty. What is squash Olympics? Squash is a racket sport that is played in a four-walled court between two players or four in
Yeah,
double.
that's that shit where they
It is
fucking
similar in many
hit
ways
that
to racquetball,
ball
with
and shit.
players taking turns striking the ball to playable areas on the walls in hopes of securing a point.
Yeah, that's just gonna be sick, bro. You know what they should
Oh.
bring? What is that fucking sport where they have the fucking big ass long arm with the ball and they fucking throw that shit against the wall?
Racket. Oh, I want to call it wall ball, but it's not.
Nah, it's like some crazy ass fucking like South American game.
Oh, maybe I don't know what you're talking about.
What
I
the
was gonna
fuck is that shit called? Can somebody in the chat look that shit up? And they have these big ass long arenas and they throw it against the wall. What the fuck is that shit? It's fucking fuck. I can't think of it, bro. But that shit is nuts.
Yeah, like, I don't think Olympic players are allowed to take like insulin and shit on the sidelines and stuff. But those were unknown issues that became known issues, that became rules, that became a thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it sucks for breakdancing because it's like, though it was them, I was in not crump or hip hop choreography or whatever, like, I was happy because it was like street dance made it, like Mama, we made it because one of ours made it,
Yeah, but do you really think crump could be an Olympic sport? Honestly,
No.
it doesn't belong in the Olympics.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that because the rebel, like that rebel in me says, yeah, we do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yes, we do.
Yeah,
How
but
dare
don't you want to be like, nah, this is ours. This belongs here.
That's
on
why
the
the EBS will always be the world championship of crump. That's why the EBS. And when the Beast Camp comes back, that will become the world standard. If you can win the EBS or if you can win the Beast Camp tournament, you are the greatest crumper in the world that year, at that moment, that time. That's you. Olympics.
Oh, so does Tight Eyes win it?
What, the EBS or
The Beast
the
Kid.
he wouldn't be there. Who is that?
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's so.
Who's tie-dye?
Yo, would
I don't know him.
hold on,
I
sorry.
heard him.
Crystal Water says gain citizenship in France in May of 2022 through a clause that allows nationalization to a foreigner whose nationalization is of exceptional interest. I imagine because of his sportsmanship. I'm not too sure, but yeah, of exceptional interest. I think the sport he was also talking about is Jai Alai. I don't know, but that's the only thing that I could. That's the only sport that I could find this fucking big ass paddle thing that you would fling to the fucking wall, and it looks like that's what he's talking about. I could be wrong.
And Kelly asks, "Does scoring it ruin the individuality behind it?" Yes and no.
Of dancing.
Yes, because there is. So, for breaking, it's a little harder because I don't understand the style enough, and that's where my ignorance hits that. But I could say with Crump, there is several criteria that you're looking for when you're judging it, right? And you have what makes it hard as a judge in our job, because I've judged battles, like our job as judges is to remove our personal preference and solely rely on what's being presented to us in front of us, right? Are they traveling? Do they have material? Are they stacking their combos? Is it killing off? Are they on time? Is there crowd control? You know, these things, these levels, like, is there some kind of reality that they're sucking me into? Like, if they're checking off all those points, then we can start saying, okay, now how are they individually approaching this dance? Are they showing mastery behind it? Like, then you can kind of get into more of the philosophical points of what you're watching in the dance style itself. Yes, you lose points for like dropping your hat. Like if you go to extend yourself to using a hat prop, just like in figure skating. You want to do a fucking flip, do a flip. You want to do 1 spin, 2 spin, 3 spins, 4, 5, 6, nail them. Right? Because somebody can do 6 spins and then go to do like a double pirouette and stumble. You still lose points for stumbling on the double. You know what I mean? Like you might have just hit a quadruple, you might have just hit a triple, but you fuck up on that single pirouette, it's still points off. Like that's
why I think it's just too complex. That's why dancing is too complex to put into the Olympics, unless it's choreograph based dancing that you can have set judgments on. And yes, Highlight is the sport I was talking about.
Wait, but I think they just need to not be lazy and have good judges.
I was gonna say, wouldn't that be the same argument towards something like gymnastics, where like isn't there different sets for different people depending on their
but the difference is with gymnastics, when it comes to the horse or when it comes to the bars, there are only a certain amount of moves that are done and that are judged. Do you see what I'm saying? Whereas in, let's take crumping, for example, because there are so many different styles, somebody's chest pop or jab looks different than the next motherfucker's chest pop or jab. Or somebody could have a different style of hat move, but then you base it off creativity, right? But then creativity is opinion based. So that's why I'm saying, like, there's too much that goes into these street styles of dancing. And that's why personally, I was happy that breaking was in the Olympics, but I did not like that it was in the Olympics because I did not know how it was going to be judged. You know what I mean? Like, because some people are like flipping and flaring around and it looks super fucking cool, but it's not as complex as somebody's top rock when they're just up top, like doing all this shit to the musicality. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's to me, those are opinion based. Whereas when it comes to fucking high jump or shot put, you're basing that off how far the fucking shit goes. You know what I mean? Gymnastics is because there's a set level of moves and the complications in those moves, but everybody does those moves and they all look very similar. I think that's why it's easier to judge. I'm not saying dance can't be in the Olympics. I just think it's very hard to judge dance because a lot of it is opinion based and everybody's style is different. That's the only difference. Because if you look at every sport besides skateboarding, which is in the Olympics, but is also based off of complicalities and cleanliness, and if you fall off your board and this and that.
Complications.
Yeah, what did I say? Complicalities.
Complicalities.
I don't think skateboarding should be in the Olympics either. I think skateboarding is a street cultural thing that needs to stay in the street, personally. But that's because I take a lot of street stuff. Like, I don't think that those, like, same shit with like Banksy being in fucking art museums. I don't think that art belongs in museums. I think the museum is the subculture. It is out of suburban. It is the urban areas. That's me personally, though.
Yeah, I couldn't be farther the other way. Especially like skateboarding. Because skateboarding, especially when you talk about like vert.
No. I'm talking about street, because street is what's in the gymnastics. I mean, in the Olympics.
Even on the street. But like vert is the easiest way for me to think about it. But a board and the angles in which you're taking, a lot of it is complicated mathematics that no one really takes into consideration. Like, there is a math behind this. There's a science behind what's happening. There's an alchemy there, you know. And just like dancing and all this other stuff, like complications and all this shit. Like, I don't know. Just for me to think that art. Because I was definitely like, no, it's a street style. It should just stay in the street. But then at the same time, I got to ask myself, like, if we've dedicated whole gods to dance and song, you know, like to art, like we have whole gods dedicated to these things. So how dare we only allow those to be in reverence across the world like this on this stage, to be guys who can just lift heavier than me? They just lift heavier, like, you know, they can run faster than me, or they can jump higher. Like, okay, maybe I'm not able-bodied that way, but I bet you they can't get off the way I do. You know, I bet you they don't hear music the same way that I do. Like, that's something beyond the physical body. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that, to me, that's a elevated level of existence, if you ask. Like, so for it to not be in the Olympics, I think is a disservice to people who aren't 6'2" and, you know, pumping out fucking testosterone like a fucking mad cow. Like, you know, like to the dudes who aren't the Michael Phelps or the LeBron James, who are just freak fucking athletes, you know?
Yeah, but you're
like,
saying it's a disservice in a sense of
they need to be showcased to the world.
Showcase to who? But that's why we have YouTube. That's why we have Instagram Reels. That's why we have Shorts. That's why we have TikTok. But those things, like my graffiti, like if I've ever done a piece, right? The piece that I've done is showcased to the people that go and see it, to other graffiti artists that care about that art, that are pretty much, if they go to the spot and see it, those are the only people going to those spots, and those are the only people that I care to be judged for to see that art.
But you made the argument earlier that the Olympics is more prestigious than the NBA, and that the NBA was only a national championship. So then why would you, I mean, just help me understand, why would you argue then that dancing, like YouTube and this is better, like when Olympic is the
that's not what I said. I did not say it's better. I did not say it's better. What I'm saying is graffiti belongs in the streets. Hip hop belongs in the streets. Crump belongs in the streets. Breaking belongs in the streets. That's where it belongs. That's the origination. That as that style of dancer knows that this is what it is. This is how it's handled. This is where we do it. It is not meant to be seen on that big of a level, because it's not for everybody. It's for the culture. It's for the culture.
I mean,
just like hip hop is not for everybody. All of hip hop is not for everybody.
Javelin throwing started because one man was trying to kill another man. Don't you think that's kind of for the streets? And wrestling was developed so one man could subdue another man.
But they created a sport out of it.
Yeah.
It's not a man trying to kill another man anymore. So you're taking away the essence.
But I still, only because there's someone to stop us. Because there's someone there to stop us. I could still easily kill someone if I slam them on their head. Like, you know, like those are accidents.
But I can guarantee you that most skateboarders will say that skateboarding does not belong in the Olympics. And I can guarantee you that most breakers, although very happy that it was in the Olympics, think that it does not belong in the Olympics. And I guarantee if you ask most of your crumpers that are around you in the beast camp, they'll tell you that crump does not belong in the Olympics. That's just not where it belongs. That's just it's not for those people. Because then you're holding it to a certain level. You're not allowing it to expand to where it needs to expand in that essence of what it needs to be. If you're in a circle at the 818, do you think you're gonna get that same vibe at the Olympics? No, because they're not gonna allow you to, because you're held to a different standard. Therefore, no longer the true essence of what that actual event is. Look at the EBS. You think that the Olympics could replicate the EBS? They're going to let other motherfuckers on the stage. They're going to let other motherfuckers be right there hyping you up and shit like that. No, look at the stage that they had for breaking. Everybody had to be fucking 30 feet back in their seats and shit like that. That's not breaking, bro.
It's just odd. Like, it's a weird, with that, you step back. Like, like, because even for you to say, like, oh, you're not going to get the same vibe and all this stuff, it's like, well, I don't buck for the vibe. And I don't battle for the vibe.
You don't. A lot of people don't buck for the vibe, but it is part of the session. That is what the session is.
But then doesn't that because to an earlier argument that you were making, because I'm just trying to see how you're approaching it is to an earlier argument. The earlier arguments are try better, try harder, or they can't help it, or this and that, and it's kind of like, okay, well, we're in a environment.
What was my argument where I said those things? Try harder, try better. What was my argument?
It's like when you're talking about these girls and them fighting, right? It's
I
like,
never said try harder or try better for them.
You're saying let them fight. She can't help it, right? All these and people it's their skill set. You got to try harder with this, or there's these arguments of let them rise to the occasion, right? Like that's the thing. Okay, cool. Well, me as the competitor, I'm in this place, right? There's nothing affecting me other than this atmosphere, than the environment in which I am standing. There's nothing affecting me. So I, as the competitor, should be able to rise up and say, you know what? I don't need you cheering for me. I don't need this. I have a formula in my head that I know if I perform X formula, it's going to get me either past this opponent or past these prelims, and it's going to get me to the next round.
You're twisting my words now. And the difference in what I'm saying is the sports that are in the Olympics have a set point structure for every single sport there is, besides maybe running and swimming, because those are all time-based. What I'm saying is any street cultural type thing, graffiti, skateboarding, dancing, DJing, all those, rapping, all those things are all, every way that you scale those things on who's better or who's not are all opinion based. We can all sit here and say our favorite rapper, number one favorite rapper, and all of those are based off of opinion. They're not based off of a point structure. What I'm saying is the Olympic sports are all based off point structures. Therefore, if you try to introduce sports like dance, like crump or breaking that are not based off of point structures, even now in competition where you take the EBS or the Beast Camp or things like that, they're not based off of point structure. It's all based off of opinion based. You said it. Is that person bringing me into their story? Is that person showing me that they know the fundamentals? So if you're the judge in that sense, you're not basing it off of actual point system. You're basing it off of an opinion that you have. Are they bringing me into their story? Are they showing me that they know the fundamentals based off the fundamentals that you know? There's no point structure.
Wait. No, you get to atmosphere and those things. That's where you got to remember. You have a whole criteria that this person first must meet, and then you say, okay, how are they performing? Are they bringing
what is the criteria? What is the criteria?
Material, combos, get off, timing, kill offs, traveling, and crowd control.
Okay,
right?
So if somebody steps forward, is that not traveling? It might not be enough traveling to you. If somebody tries to kill off the session and
that's
think
where
they
you have points.
That's what I'm saying.
You have points.
If they took a step forward or buck hopped back, and that was their traveling, you may not think that did enough. If they tried to kill off the session and you don't think they killed the session off, that's your opinion. If they were showing material that they labbed for 3 weeks and you didn't see the combo that was labbed off that's your opinion. There is no structure.
should
and you
boxing,
can,
But also,
boxing be
but
taken
also,
out?
no,
wait, really
because
quick.
boxing has a point structure.
but also, really quick. Why wouldn't those? Why I guess wouldn't the point structure based off of, I guess what is it? Judging a competition based off of dancing. Why wouldn't that be valid?
I'm not
Even
saying
if
that
it
it's not
even
valid.
if it is
Judged off
opinion
of
based,
similar criteria.
but even if
Boxing
it's
is not
opinion,
based off of the same material because it's
like-
based off
isn't
of
it like
power
connects?
hits or
Yeah.
jabs, face hits,
Punches
body hits.
landed, punches missed, right? And they call significant strikes. So this is where things start becoming very gray. Like, what is a significant strike? They
Your
talk
head
about
moves, you move
control-
forward because you get hit in the stomach.
but who's judging
That's
that?
not the camera.
Judges. No, judges are judging it. Like, that's the
So
thing.
you're gonna okay.
Judges
So you're
are
gonna tell me
judging it.
right now, if I hit you and your head goes like this, that counts as a significant strike.
But prove my head wasn't already turning at the same time. That's where things get fucking squirrely.
okay,
I mean, I'm sure that happens. But in
mean,
terms of dance, I just don't see why that would be an issue in terms of like how it's being
Because
judged.
it-
I know it's more it's more subjective. Am I? Yeah, subjective in terms of like how the individual judging it would judge. Because like
Like ring
they-
control.
they might just have like a shit day, and you're like, bro, your set was ass. I'm sorry, and like that's kind of it. You're at the mercy of the judge of whoever's in front of you, and but so is everybody else who's dancing that day. I think it's fair as like human judges can get until we get AI that'll judge our shit.
I just think that there's especially with gymnastics, right, and skateboarding and all these things, it's
well, again,
it's
I don't
like-
think skateboarding should be in the Olympics. Personally, vert maybe street style skateboarding. I don't believe should be in the Olympics. Keep it to X Games. Keep it to Street League. Keep it in the streets.
See,
That's
and
me
that-
personally.
and that's where and so that's where you may not have agreed with me earlier with the NBA, but that's where true skating relies, right?
I
Is
did
that
agree with you on the NBA.
no, I'm saying like as a world championship, like as a
No, it's
world
not world
championship.
champion.
We all know that
If you win the
NBA
X Games, you're an X Games champion. If you win the Street League, you're a Street League champion.
Why would
You're not
those?
competing against
But
the
why
world.
would those competitions have any sort of merit versus how you would judge anything else on the Olympic side?
Because it's judged by
Exactly.
other skaters. It's judged by the streets.
But you're
So
still
it-
giving it's still a subjective point system that based off of sure,
By
they might
your
have
own
more-
people, though.
they
By your
might
own
have-
people.
That's fine. They might have more.
But if
They
your
might
own
judge
people
it
judged
differently.
would it change? Would it change your opinion if you knew, Jeff Raleigh, Andrew Reynolds and Tony Hawk were judging the fucking Olympics? Would that change your opinion on it?
Yeah, it probably would actually.
So their belonging is not necessarily because I was maybe fucking seeing it wrong. You're not against then the sport being there. You're against how it's judged because you
Correct.
feel that it's incorrect because it's not judged by a panel of your peers.
Correct. I believe that those sports should not be in the Olympics because they're not bringing those. They're not bringing judges from those cultures into that. Whereas all the other sports, they're not cultural based. They're point based.
Well, my brother, this is so. That's the thing is we have to break that mold, right? And until we keep pounding and pounding away at the door, that we're never going to get in. You know what I'm saying? And so, the Crumpers who are saying, "Oh, it doesn't belong there," I think they're the stupidest fucking ones. I think they're the dumbest motherfuckers who are going to fucking live the rest of their life sitting in a back alley somewhere, smoking Newports, telling their homies about how, "Oh yeah, I used to get buck out here." Yeah, bro, you're a nobody now.
That's enough for some people, though. That's enough for some people.
For some people, it's not. For some people, it's not. For some people, they want to take it as high as it. Because if you're not going to be great at this fucking thing, don't do it at all.
Yeah, but what if the EBS and Peace Camp is the highest? What
Why?
if that is the highest?
Why
No,
is
no,
it?
no. We're not asking why. I'm saying what if that's the highest?
Okay, so let's take EBS because forever, everybody always said, why is the world championship for Crump being hosted
In Europe,
across the pond?
correct.
So that's why the Beast Camp came around and it was the Beast Camp World Championship. No, it's in the Mecca. This is how we do it, right?
Yeah, it should be held in LA all the fucking time.
Okay. Now, as a cultural as a cultural movement and as a dance movement itself, why not us get together, right? Whether it's Beast Camp or EBS, we can argue about that later. But why not us as organizers? Why aren't we coming together and getting on the grand stage and saying, you know what, we have an agenda and we have things that we want to display to earn the right to speak on said agenda. Like put us in, and we can show you the showmanship. We can show you the class and professionalism, and we'll show you what our art form is all about. And then we'll tell you what we're asking for. EBS is only so good because they have the backing of Snipes. And of course, Kid Eyes, shout out, Wave does a fucking amazing job with EBS and everything that he organizes. Like, you know what I'm saying? But why not take that a step further? Why not us put our children in a position that in what 3 Olympic Games, 4 Olympic Games, our kids could be competing in Crump? They could come home and say, "Dad, look at this. Like look at this."
To me, what is street should always be street, in my opinion.
It'll always be street.
I think I don't know. I just think that's where it belongs, and that's where it should always belong, because people don't understand what they're seeing. You know what I mean? And as a crumper, you should understand that, right? Like, if you threw a session at Venice, people don't understand what they're seeing. When I do graffiti, people don't understand what they're seeing.
Great. Let me illuminate the shadows of your ignorance. And let me bring some light.
I don't think it's ignorance, though. I don't think it's ignorance.
It is ignorance, because if they don't know any better, they've never seen it. And here's a good quote that I heard recently, right, from Lady C4. Uncomfortability is the first sign of growth. So if something is uncomfortable on their eye, just give it time and it'll grow on them. My style, of all the Crump styles, the style that I have is very grotesque and very morbid. I don't have a flashy catch the hat under the neck fucking style. But people
please don't do that, because that shit's played the fuck out.
People fuck with my style because it is different. You have to give people the chance to appreciate the art. How many paintings did Vincent Van Gogh fucking sell? Or Picasso? No, really, Picasso. I don't think Picasso sold a single fucking painting while he was alive. One of the greatest painters of all time. Not a single one while living.
I mean, I get it. Maybe I'm just being ignorant to it, but I like that these things are street things, and I think that's where they belong. I think it'll be cute. Banksy's selling out and doing all these fucking multi-million-dollar deals for street art. I think it's absolute bullshit. Personally, I think it's absolute bullshit.
Wait, but like, what is he supposed to just?
No.
Not making money?
No, absolutely not. But
Okay,
but the thing that I'm saying is, when you do these things because you love what you do, and that's why you continue to do it, that's when it means way fucking more to you, in my opinion. So if people start writing graffiti and doing street art because they see that Banksy's making millions of dollars, then what the fuck are you doing it for? Like, you're not doing it for the same reasons that we started doing it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
But like, that's like the only way. The best way I could relate to that is like YouTube. I've loved doing this shit. I did it before YouTube. Like, not that you couldn't post there, but people weren't posting there like this. And now people are doing it because you could make a lot of money on it. But that isn't to take away those people who are really in it for just like the money aspect. Like, let's take graffiti and just want to be to the level of Banksy. They're gonna fall off because they don't love the shit. So it doesn't even really fucking matter.
Yeah, but then yeah, okay, you're right. I'm just saying, like, it deteriorates the culture, is what I'm saying. In my opinion,
I will never give the power,
because like,
to an Olympic panel that way.
Because like all the motherfuckers who, not to say I've done it big, but like I'm still trying. But a lot of people I heard all throughout high school, all throughout a lot of the time that I've been posting, be like, "Bro, I'm gonna make it. It's like, bro, you just want to make it. Like, once you've made it, once you've gotten a check, you're gonna be checked the fuck out. Like, it doesn't matter to you. But
yeah, but like, for some people, making it is a different thing, right? Like, being all city, like everybody in the city knowing your fucking name, like, oh, yo, you saved, oh, I saw that piece that you caught over there, or oh, your corpse, I saw that fucking, that fucking piece that you did over here, blah 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 blah, like that. That's what I'm. That's to
But it
some
comes
people
with-
that means more. That means more to some people.
Yeah,
Sure, but
absolutely.
there's like some sort of end goal to that. Like once everybody knows your name, it's like, all right, I did it. I did the thing. A lot of
Yeah,
people, I feel like, lose the drive.
I'm
Like,
point-
and I definitely-
I have to maintain that is the difference.
I get it. I get it because I will say, if you want to go to one place in all the world to find the best basketball playing any given day at any given hour, Rucker Park in New York. Go to Rucker Park. You know what I'm saying? You want to find the best
And half
basketball?
those motherfuckers are better than people in the NBA, bro.
I'm just saying. You know
But
what I'm
what do
saying?
they look forward to? Playing fucking Saturday pickup games at the park.
at the fucking park with the homeboy smoking black and
And
mild.
then they're gonna go get a chopped cheese after and go smoke a blunt and get faded.
So I get it. I get it. For some people, that is enough for them. That was enough. Or maybe they hit a series of unfortunate events and that's all they got. Like, you know what I mean? Like they blew their ACL out, they missed the audition, they fucking caught a DUI, and now they're out the league. And Rucker Park is all they got. That's all they fucking got. Like, you know what I mean? I get it, but I want to see these things on these stages because it not only affords my child the opportunity to be there, but it affords me the opportunity to impact somebody's life the same way Philip Shabib and Robert Moraine did for me when they put So You Think You Can Dance up. And people were saying, no, the street styles don't belong in the industry this way. Like, I still remember that back then.
Yeah, but I even have issues with those shows, bro.
I still have an issue with it, but I'm thankful for
But
it.
what I'm saying is if your son competes in the Olympics
Mhm.
or competes at EBS,
Mhm.
do you think that there's a difference in how proud you are or
No.
so
No.
what does it matter if it makes it to the Olympics then?
Because if that's what he set for. Because you also got to
You just
remember,
said you're going to try and make it to the Olympics so that he can make it to the Olympics. That's what I'm saying.
If
If
that's what
EBS
all he
and
aims
Beast Camp are all that it ever makes it to, you will be just as proud if he competes in both of those levels.
yeah,
Wouldn't
those
it
are.
because that's all that there is? Like, but if there was another level above,
But if
then
there
you
was an Olympics and he said, "Dad, fuck EBS, fuck Beast Camp, I want to do the Olympics," I'm gonna be like, "All right, let's go.
Oh, you're going to be like,
No.
what you mean, fuck Beast Camp?
Like let's go. Let's do it." And save. Let's not forget how fucking spoiled and ungrateful we may be sometimes. We are spoiled enough to where we rubbed elbows with Beast and we rubbed elbows with the French and the fucking Canadians and all these people from around the world. We rubbed elbows with these people and we were in these rooms with
Yeah,
these people.
people on Chris Brown and
But there's
Busta Rhymes and these
motherfuckers.
motherfuckers
There's
coming out.
motherfuckers right now in Madagascar dancing on dirt fucking floors with no shoes, and they're banging their phone in their ear and just getting off, and they all they can think is if they just had one chance, if they just had that fucking just that opportunity to do the fucking thing,
I
that they
get you.
would take it. And if
I
somebody
get you,
came,
but to me, the Olympics is not that thing. It should be
say,
making it to an 818, or you know what I mean, like making
but
it
if
to.
they
a
handed
Beast
you the
Camp.
ticket, you're not gonna be like, hey dog, it's not an A1AG. No. Hey, wait, hold up.
You got a point. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
I'm just
Absolutely
saying.
right.
A lot of the opportunity is all, and there's dudes who they don't have the money to get there, or they don't have the opportunity to get there, or they don't have these things. And it's just weird because it's like, to an earlier thing, which I think you're a little more disconnected from, you wanted to make sure that you reserved the space. And then with this, it's kind of like, oh my God, we got to reserve the space. Like those are the things I'm more willing to argue and fight for. Like the boxing shit, what the fuck ever. I don't really care because I don't box. This though, this I will fucking die for.
But that's because this is street culture, bro, and it belongs in the streets. People outside of the streets won't, like I said, they won't understand that. They don't know what they're looking at. They don't know what's going on.
Yes,
and I get it. We should strive to show everybody what we're doing, but that's That's the beauty of it, in my opinion, is that it's not for everybody. It's not
Yes.
for everybody. It's for us.
Yes. Just
That's-
like body slamming somebody on the ground on a wrestling mat ain't for everybody. That's for them. That's cool. Or throwing that javelin or that shot put, bro. That ain't for everybody. This is for me. And the downtrodden and the forgotten, we're gonna show like I just and I know you don't mean it this way, but for someone to tell me no, this doesn't belong, fuck you. And I'm gonna show you it does. I'm gonna show you how this mimics
I hope you make it a difference.
you
I
know.
hope you're part of the circle that makes it a difference, and show me why it does belong there. But
No,
until
I know
then,
you don't like want it to like it's like nah, this like it's not good enough, but
yeah,
that's how I feel.
and
when
again,
seeing-
I'm gonna relate it back to like, because we know what we're seeing,
Mhm.
because people that have been introduced to this or have strived to uh understand what it is that's going on, until then, until you can put a point system on it, or break it down to these true fundamentals and make it non-opinion based, like, that all competitions, that when it comes to any type of street style anything, are mostly opinion based. Mostly, I'm not saying all of it is opinion based, but mostly opinion based. Until you can show me a structure in a way that it's not going to be, I'm going to continue to feel this way. But if you can show me a way to break it down and be like, hey, this is exactly how we're going to judge this shit, and anybody from any country, from any time, any place can come down here, and everybody will know what they're looking at, and anybody can understand why this person won. At that point, I'll be like, okay, this shit definitely belongs in the Olympics. Let's bring it. Let's put it there. Let's show everybody in this world why this is what it is.
Gang gang.
Take us out, Zero.
Oh, hi. Thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate y'all. No, it was a really good conversation. I appreciate both of you. Thank you, Sage.
I didn't know
Thank
we
you,
were going to
Korpsx.
talk about the Olympics the whole fucking time.
Yo, the whole time it took us out. Thank you to my beautiful co-host. Thank you to everybody in our community for watching, listening, subscribing, and liking. Whether it be for a minute, an hour, maybe you're here for the whole time, or the playback. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you. Be safe.
Thank you guys so much for another beautiful episode of the Usual Tuesday podcast. This was a good episode. I texted these guys earlier and I was like, no, let's have a lighthearted and fun podcast. And me and Korpsx wound up going at it for like 45 minutes. And that's why I love this, man, because, we can do that. Is he stuck? Oh, no. Okay. We can do that and show you guys that civil discourse is extremely important, and we can still come back and do this shit next week and still enjoy ourselves. I'm sure we're all going to text each other after this and be like, yo, great episode. I love you guys. Have a good night. Blah, 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 blah. But, whether you guys loved it or not, thank you guys so much for being here. We definitely do appreciate it. Thank you to Korpsx. Thank you to Zero. Thank you to our community. As always, you guys stay healthy, stay happy. I love you. Keep smiling. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Hey, it's USA up in this hole. I don't know what the fuck on these motherfuckers talking about, man. Fuck the Olympics. USA in this
Damn.
bitch. Fuck all that. No, I'm just kidding. Korpsx collection. Site is going back live on Friday. Yeah, I've had sales off for a bit. I've been working on some shit. But
I saw. Oh wait, time out. I saw your little reel that you posted. That shit caught me by surprise, bro. These great polyester folded in and out.
AI's a son of a bitch, ain't it? I was like,
Bro, did you see that shit, D?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, because you don't follow Andy at Korpsx's pages, huh?
Wait, yes, I do.
I'm just playing. I'm just like, no, he got this little.
I don't think I've been on Instagram.
He got this little white girl on there talking about these great polyester hoodies can fit on any size that you like, and blah blah blah. And I was like, yo, what the fuck
and
is
her
this?
her mouth is moving like a fucking 1980s Chinese movie, just like I will kill you. It's like so bad, bro. Oh my god. Korpscollection.com. You know the deal. Yeah. Until next time. Yeah, a little quote. Courage isn't having the strength to go on. It is going on when you don't have the strength. Yeah, fight the good fight. Don't give up. Yeah, have a good day, week, month, year in life. Till next time.
Thank you guys so much. All right, boys. You guys take care. I love y'all. Y'all take care.
Boys.
Be safe, guys.